What's going on, Deadheads? It's Montavious back with the Empty Crypt, and today we are joined by legends in their own right. First, starting off with writer director William Instone and Lexi Graves. How the hell are you guys?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, and thank you guys for joining me here on the Empty Crypt. So today we are talking about Caught in My Eye. Now, William, how the hell did this project come about? Because I did watch the trailer for this that you guys gained almost 10,000 views on. So can you tell us a little bit of insight on where you got the story and where did it come from?
Well, it was birthed probably back around 2011, and it started as a short film. Basically, the concept was I knew a lot of women that weren't paying attention to their surroundings. They're always on their phone. They were always posting where they were. And I was talking to a girl who had a stalker, and she was telling me these stories about dudes just showing up where she was at and people leaving flowers on her doorstep and like just getting crazy notes left on her car. And it's just like, wow, that is creepy. And so the idea came about of like, let's write a story about a girl who's a bit oblivious to the dangers of the world and is a social media doll and puts her stuff out there to the world and is not thinking about there could be a psychopath right behind her the whole time. And now to really freak people out, I'm going to tell you this brief story. I wondered if I could get away with doing that. And I went to a place here in a mall, a shopping mall here in Austin. I sat down, I picked a girl, and I followed her for about 45 minutes. She never knew I was there
Wow.
because they were so in their own world. And when I knew I could do it, I knew there was a story there because I stand out. If a dude like me can follow you, who don't
Mm-hmm.
blend in, I stand out wherever I go. I'm a big dude, I'm like, and I got long hair and everything. But if a regular looking Joe that just can blend in, you'd never know he's behind you. You never know he's there if you're not aware of your surroundings. So we shot this short film. We didn't really have a script. We played around with it around 2011. And unfortunately, our actress got sick. She got cancer. She had to move away. She unfortunately passed away in 2019. We never finished the story. And then around 2021, me and Darren, who plays Goldilocks, went to see a concert. We were talking about how uh, we really liked that project was so good. It was a shame it never saw its full potential. And I said, well, I want to rehash it. And we started just jabbering back and forth about what it could be. And I ended up changing a lot of things, making it more action packed and not so just linear. And yeah, I had a script in about 2 weeks, the first draft. And then when it came time to casting, the character was supposed to be in her 20s, but wanted to get Lexi there. So I actually rewrote the whole character and made her an actual 16, 17-year-old girl because I was like, Jamie Lee Curtis in Halloween was supposed to be 17. It's always a teenager, but they're always played by adults. I was like, why don't they have a
True.
real teenager do it? I mean, so
Yep.
so that was when we got with her. We ended up, it was a bit more graphic. We toned it down a little bit. When you work with minors, I'm aware of that. Um, Especially in today's society. Actually, when I first met Lexi on set of the Sawyer Massacre, it was freezing outside in March, and only me and her were in a trailer that they had with no heat or anything in it. But I wouldn't be alone with her outside. And it took her mom to say, "You can go in there," because I'm very aware of how you can't be alone in today's society. Even just you have to be aware of everything. Again, comes back to the main thing of the story. I've been in martial arts and self defense my whole life, and one of the first things of self defense is being aware of your surroundings. So
For sure. And
that's a
and
long
Lexi,
answer.
yeah, no,
It's a good
that was
answer.
beautiful.
People want details. It's good.
Yes. And so Lexi, we met on the set of The Dead Place and all that good stuff.
Hmm.
And everyone has been saying that you have this certain aura about you that is just star quality. And I'm sure William can definitely attest to that.
That's exactly why Darren saw her immediately. We were like, that girl's a superstar, and everyone who's watched this trailer has
Oh,
said the same thing. Like, the guy does my sound like, dude, that girl's gonna be huge, dude. She's got the it factor. So yes, I agree with you. So,
See, for sure. So, Lexi, what gravitated you to Caught in My Eye? Like, what pulled you in? This, I want to do this because this is a little different, right, from what you're used to, in the
No,
sense
yeah, it
of like the
definitely
plot and
is.
stuff.
Yeah, I first of all, I love horror, but I also love when they also have that thriller aspect as well into the film. I think that it was great. And reading it, I actually kind of saw myself in my character Stacy. I play Stacy the babysitter. And I kind of saw myself because I am a teenage girl. I am very into my phone. I do influencing and TikTok and all of that jazz. So I kind of saw myself in Stacy, and I thought that it would be a really good film to be a part of and spread awareness for things like that. And yeah, that's kind of what really pulled me in because I kind of saw myself in Stacy, so I feel like spreading awareness for things like that was really important.
Nice. Now, reading the script, were there any parts of the script where you were kind of like apprehensive about, like, I don't know if I can do this?
Well, not necessarily for my character, but no, not really.
Okay.
It's pretty graphic, and I toned a lot of it
Yeah,
down
there
when we were
were
filming
some
on set.
graphic scenes, and like we did kind
Um,
of talk about them, but not necessarily like for my character.
Mhm.
no, I was very aware, especially when I changed it to a teenager, of being very aware of keeping her character pure and not
Hmm.
sexualizing her at all. So we just made her the naive little bunny, and
Hmm.
she's like, yeah. So she didn't have any of those other things. The sicko is actually the killer. I mean, he's so tormented and so broken and abused and just a damaged human being. So
Mhm.
and the thing is I've known people that are seriously damaged like this over my lifetime, and he's heavily influenced by the BTK killer, Dine Torture Kill, the real killer named Dennis Rader. He
Mhm.
started doing serial killing in the 70s, and he was not caught to the 90s. Did you ever see the show Mindhunter on Netflix?
No, never.
Excellent. It's David Fincher, who's pretty much my favorite director at this point. He did the show, and they're profiling serial killers, and they have these little vignettes in the beginning and the end of each episode. With not every episode, but a lot of the episodes where they're showing this guy that you find out is BTK because was a serial killer that didn't fit profiles. He and that's what the whole show was about profiling. Anyway, I digress. What I'm getting to is that he's very heavily influenced by BTK. Ed Gein, who in Wisconsin, who influenced Leatherface and Norman Bates, we put our characters more Norman Bates esque, more Buffalo Bill. He's
Mhm.
very just this sadistic person that's obsessed with blonde hair because his mother beat him as a child. So again, that's why Lexi now has blonde hair.
Yep.
So in the
Which I was
trailer,
definitely
she had a
gonna
wig. Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna point out for the viewers who's gonna be viewing this later on. Like, if you watch the teaser trailer, you see, Lexi or Stacy have on this wig, but now you officially dyed your hair because, I mean,
Yes.
one is the role. So, did you feel that much of a connection with Stacy that you wanted to dye your hair for this film?
Yes, I think that it's a very important character to play and for women to see. And so here I am. I have bleached hair, and a lot of people know me as the dark hair, so I think that it'll be fun to have a new project with new hair.
Nice. Okay. And then I do know you guys do currently have an Indiegogo that is
Mhm.
up and running currently. Because I'm sitting here looking at it now. So it looks like you guys have 125 backers and just a few dollars shy of the overall 10,000 goal.
Yeah.
Now, if you guys could explain, or William, what is it 10,000 for?
Well, that's just our first goal there. Okay. So we get to that first goal, then we go in demand, which let's just go longer than the 40 days that we had there. We can continue to keep raising funds. And we at that point I start adding more perks and things like that. What the 10,000 is actually for, everything goes into the film. Okay. We have outside investors that we're hoping to get on board here with have said they were going to. So I'm taking them at their word. This is basically to show our base that we have a following, that we can put it out there, we can make our funds, we got people that are interested in the film, and we're going to be something that's successful and marketable, which I believe we are. Um, So honestly, that $10,000 is just going to go into our production. But
Mhm.
our budget's much going to be much larger than that. We just got on board the director of photography from the film Insidious. So his name's Dave Brewer, and he worked with James Wan in Insidious. So if you ever watch that film, he's the guy behind the camera on that. And so that's not that doesn't come cheap, but it makes it worth it. That our film is going to look so professional that they can't be denied.
Mhm. See, and I think, going to the Indiegogo, I think what you guys are doing is very commendable because a lot of people don't know that this is another full-time job, trying to raise funds, trying to make a passion project. Because I mean, I can tell by looking at the detail of the Indiegogo that you guys put a lot of heart and soul into this. So why should people invest their money into this film? Like, what is it that they can receive from the film itself, and not just the perks. So like we'll go over that, but like why should someone entrust their money into this project?
Well, I had my last film, Butcher's Bluff, was completely funded from Indiegogo. It's won over 20 film festival awards. It's just was picked up by Breaking Glass Pictures. It will be on all the streaming sites, DVD and Blu-rays. I have all the physical and theatrical. I've sold out every single screening I've ever done of it. It's an iconic character that so I'm proven to put out a quality product, and this film will be no different. It's a step up. That was where I was. I was here. This one's this one's here. So as good as Butcher's Bluff is, my next one's even going to be better and better. I progress. I'm an artist. I take this very seriously. I don't just make content. I make art. And so this film is going to be something that people not only will enjoy, especially in the horror genre, because what I've done here is I've actually crossed two genres. We have more of the crime, like Seven-esque, again, David Fincher, plus kind of the horror from Halloween, but it's also got a home invasion. If you watch the trailer, it's this big twist where we build up this killer to be this horrible person who honestly kind of becomes the savior because our character Stacy doesn't realize that he's there to kill her. These people come to rob the house and they interrupt his work. So now he starts killing them and she doesn't know, so she's helping him. So the audience is going to be watching like, what are you doing, girl? Don't help him.
Yeah, there's
Because
like two different storylines happening at once, which makes it very, very, very cool and very interesting.
yes, and it goes back to there's detectives trying to figure out who Goldilocks is. So there's this different things. It's almost like a series, but it's compressed into a 2-hour movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just want to get it done, and it's very interesting. I've never seen a film quite like this. So, and I've seen a lot of movies. So, if you're a fan of the film, you're next. You're the fan of Seven. If you're a fan of Silence of the Lambs of Buffalo Bill, Halloween, you're gonna like this movie. There's something for everyone. We're doing all practical effects. I've got really good actors going on. Like I said, I've got a professional director of photography that's going to shoot this thing. I mean, this isn't just your standard low budget independent film. We're going for something bigger.
Nice. And then can you guys speak on like the different actors and actresses that you have? Like again, for anybody who's listening, please check out their Indiegogo, and you can definitely see some of the listed talent. But can you guys talk about some of the talent that you have associated with the film?
Sure. I mean, as of right now, I've got obviously Lexi, and we have Jeremy London, and we have from was with Mallrats. He was also in my film Butcher's Bluff. And then we have Paul T. Taylor, who was Pinhead in the Hellraiser movies. Well, Hellraiser Judgment, the last film before it went to streaming. But
Mhm.
we have Lenora Skelfo from Scream. She was the girl, the cheerleader in the bathroom that's making fun of Sydney and calling her mother a whore and stuff. So she's great. So I got Lenora in there. It's just, and we're hoping to get some and a couple of other names attached to it. We have Bill Oberst Jr., who's incredible.
Yeah,
Um,
popcorn.
if you see, he's like the king of indie film because he's also in my film Butcher's Bluff. We've worked together, and he really loved working with me. So He didn't even have to read the script to say yes, but when he read the script, he was like really like, "Wow, I'm really glad I did this." So yeah, and then we got some local talent. We have Paige Stakely here from Austin. She was in Butcher's Bluff. She was the main character, female in Butcher's Bluff. And then I've got Lydia Manson, who's out of New York, and she's been doing a lot of independent films. So, yeah,
Nice, man.
but it's going to be a stack. I'm really working on getting really good talent attached.
Oh yeah, it's definitely the real deal here. Now Lexi, is there anybody that you're excited to work with that you maybe haven't had the opportunity to work with yet, that's associated with Caught in My Eye?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm honestly really excited to work with everyone that's attached. I'm also very excited to work with Paige, who was in Butcher's Bluff. I think that it will be really nice to work with her. I think that she's an amazing talent, and she may be playing my sister, so that would be a lot of fun to work with her. So,
Yeah,
Nice.
we added that in when we added Lexi in. They both have really long hair. And so, and when we made her a 17-year-old, I said, why don't we make them? Why don't we make them related? Make it this. Let's up the stakes.
yeah,
And
but
so,
she's extremely, extremely talented, so I think that it would be very nice to work with her.
yes,
Nice.
we just
Now,
posted a sample scene that she was in that we shot, and it's on our Facebook page, "Caught in My Eye" movie. We have two of them. We have a like page and a group, and you can check out that little sample clip that we filmed for the trailer. We actually filmed a full scene.
nice. Okay, and then going over a little bit of the perks that you guys have. I'm just gonna read it off. So there's the bloody thank you, the killer T-shirt, and guys, this is all going to be listed on their Indiegogo with different price points. So you got the signed 8x10s. You have DVD. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that anybody from any price range could get involved in the film. So, what is it that you guys? So, for people who want to, like, let's say, be a part of the film, like actually be seen, is there a way for people to back this project and be seen on the
Yeah,
film?
absolutely. I have a perk on there for featured parts. It's not cheap, but it's not terribly expensive either, and you're guaranteed to have lines in the film. Of course, I'm not paying for you if you're from out of state. You have to make your way to Austin. Uh, but yeah, you get in there. We have featured extras if you want to be extra in some of the scenes. We have that opportunity as well. If you want to be a producer in the film, we have that opportunity. So, but I'm going to be adding a few more deep, like a specific character to that people could add. I mean, that we're going to probably hit that up in a couple of days as we get to that final finishing point. I'll be adding more perks in, and once we go in demand, I have extra perks that we add in again.
Ooh,
Once we get to that 10,000, it's like a little reward. You helped us get there, so we'll have more perks that we're including, such as we're actually I'll let you know. So we're doing molds of the Goldilocks mask, and we're making them like wall hangings. I'm going to customly paint and number, so there'll be pieces of art that me and Darren make. He's molding them, and I'm painting them. So
dude.
those are things you can own. You actually can own the stunt mask as well. Like we have two Goldilocks masks. One is his hero mask, and one he's the stunt mask that he wears during fight scenes and stuff. And when the movie's over, we're going to sell that mask. That's on there. We also
Nice.
have death masks that the girls wear when Goldilocks kills these women. He puts these little plastic masks on them, and they're all featured. They're going to be on the film. And if you actually watch the trailer, you'll see one of the dead bodies has the white mask on and actually has fantasies of women, and they always have this white mask because women are faceless to him. It's all in his psychology. So he sees them as these
It's
white
all in the
faceless
hair.
characters. Yeah,
As
blonde
long
haired
as
and
they're
faceless.
visible, we're good.
This sounds so crazy. Like this is actually getting me excited, and I'm actually being serious. Like just
Thank you.
hearing like just like the different masks that people can own, like that's owning like a piece of history. Because
Yes.
I mean the crew, the cast that's attached to this, I mean, you guys are definitely gonna hit this out of the park. And I love creepy thriller horror films that
Yeah.
is kind of unsettling, and this definitely sounds like it. And so I'm actually really excited for you guys. Now, where is this taking place? So this is going to be filmed in Austin, Texas.
Yes. And it
Okay,
takes place in Austin. Yes.
gotcha. And do you guys have like a film date when you guys are going to be on set, or is it kind of all up in the air right
it's
now?
it's in the air right now because again we have a number. I have a number in my head of where we have to be to make
Mm,
this correct. Obviously, we're going to make the movie on what we have. I'm able to do a lot. I'll go ahead and tell you, if you watch this trailer, we made that trailer for about $200. So I can
wow.
show you what I'm able to do for a very low amount of money. But that's not what I want to do. I want to make it with a real crew. I want to shoot with professional gears. I mean, again, I want to step up. So I
Mm,
have this number of a budget we have to make in order to make this correct. So again, if you're out there listening, and you want to be a producer, hit me up because there's a lot of big opportunities involved. And the worst case scenario, I go to one of my distributing companies and I have them distribute, do it in advance. But I like to do things independently because a lot of times, if you go to a distribution company and they give you the budget to make your movie, then
mm,
you've got producers in your ear. Oh no, don't do that part. Take that part out. Well, no,
yeah,
we're not shooting. We don't have enough time to shoot that part. So I like to be independent and make the movie I want to make. Then I'll
Mhm.
sell. So that's why I'm not. That's why I'm saying I'm not really too stressed about us not getting it done. It will get
mm,
done. It's just how it gets done. Am I going to
for
have
sure.
somebody on my back, or am I going to have my creative freedom to make it the way I want to make
Mhm.
Which I think right now everyone's craving that. First of all, everybody's craving something original, and this is definitely that. And everybody wants. I think now people want artists or creatives to be creative.
it?
And, I mean, people see what things are done. I mean, we're going to use Terrifier as an example,
Absolutely. I
where
was about thinking. Mm-hmm.
someone has the creative freedom to make things their own, and I think you'll be no different. I think all of us horror fans come together and we make sure this project succeeds. So I'm definitely going to be pushing this out to as many people as I know, because this is something you can definitely get behind if you're a fan of just creativity, a fan of, art. And this is definitely it for sure. And
Thank you.
I'm excited for you guys. I'm serious. Like,
Thank
this is
you, man. I
cool.
mean,
I'm
again,
very excited too.
it's something that's been a lot of years in the making. And last year I had a rough run, man. I almost met my end. So um, I have a newfound love for life and a newfound goal for success. I don't no longer work a day job. I do this 100% is all I do. All my energy is into making this, and it's about legacy for me. I want to be remembered as somebody who did something. As again, it's not just, this isn't a hobby for me. This is my life here. So,
For
and I
sure.
feel like I was given a second chance for a reason. So so I've been busting my ass. I finished this trailer sitting in a chair. I was on a cane. I couldn't walk for almost 2 months. So
Wow.
yeah.
About
So now,
dedication, seriously.
yeah, I worked myself back. I'm in the gym 4 days a week. I'm getting strong. I'm back to it. So now it's like 100% in. You know.
For sure. Well, we got you. We're gonna make sure that this definitely hits that 10,000 and beyond for sure. Um, so where can people stay in contact with you guys? Maybe on your personal pages, or maybe the Facebook group that you guys have.
Yeah, we have a
Okay.
Facebook page named Caught in My Eye, and I'll also be posting a lot more with Caught in My Eye on my Facebook and Instagram as well. And you can check that out at Lexi Graves Official.
All right,
And
and
before you leave, Lexi, why don't you tell him what your favorite part was of the trailer, making it? Because there was a lot of stuff you did.
Yeah, I honestly, my favorite was definitely getting bloody. Um, there's a certain scene where I'm like going like this. That was definitely my favorite to film. There was also another scene that we did where all of the guys are coming in through the door and then they go like this. That was so cool to film. I loved seeing it in slow motion. I thought that that was really cool. There were a lot of cool I could keep going on and on and on, but there was a
Right.
lot of cool aspects. Like you'll definitely see as we post even more videos and longer clips that there was a lot just put into even the pitch that it's gonna be really good. I'm very excited.
We have
not
a scene up right now where Ronald Reagan has her up on the couch, which I'm Ronald Reagan, by the way. uh, I have a real knife to her face. I mean, it's an actual sharp blade. I didn't use a prop, so she was actually really scared because I put the blade. And so, we do what we do. So I thought that was
For
a lot of fun.
sure.
If we're talking about myself, that was a lot of fun doing that scene.
And I'm gonna make sure I put the link to you guys' trailer in the video as well, like so everybody can go check that out. And William, where can everybody stay in touch with you and just to kind of see, the progress of the film?
Yeah, I mean, I'm on Facebook. I'm easy to find. William R. Instone on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. Same thing, William Instone. Even on TikTok, William Instone 8. I don't know where the 8 came from, but they gave it to me. But I post a lot of stuff on that TikTok. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to learn that thing. You know, again,
I'll
I
take
answer any
over.
questions.
You
Yeah,
take over.
you can do that. I don't understand Snapchat. I don't understand. I got the X, but I don't really know how to use that either. But um, I'm old. Okay, but
I'm right there with you. But
Facebook with the old people.
but anything
Of
in
course, caught
closing,
my
you
eye
guys
movie.
want to? I'm sorry.
Of course, caught my eye movie. I'm on there, and then the course Butcher's Bluff.
For sure. Now, anything in closing you guys want to say to, just horror fans out there, or just anything you want to say to people who will be checking out Caught in My Eye?
Go first.
Honestly, just stay tuned. I love the horror community, so I feel like this podcast is very important for getting it out there. A lot of horror fans are just they're very involved and very supportive, and I feel like this is the best way to get it done is within this community. So I'm very excited, and I think that everyone who backs this up will be happy that they did. So
For sure.
And I kind of second that. The horror fans are the best fans in the world. I do horror conventions throughout the year. I'm on groups and stuff like that. They're very supportive. They've been supportive of my past films. Again, Butcher's Bluff was funded by the fans. I made the film for the fans. It's a slasher 80s vintage style film, and this has kind of been the same vein, more 80s 90s vintage style practical effects. I really appreciate all the support that we've gotten. Anyone who backs this project, sincerely appreciate that, because you're really helping an artist create something special, and we really want to do it for fans. These are the films that we want to see. Independent filmmakers is where it's at. Hollywood's out of ideas. They just keep rehashing the same crap and making remakes that no one wants to see. No one wants to go see that stuff. So I mean, the indie artists are the ones that are doing it. So help an indie artist here in Texas that knows what they're doing. I'm not tooting my own horn, but I watch my trailers, see for yourself if you think that what we're doing is worthwhile. Jump on board, because think about this: if it was 1973 and Toby Hooper came to you and said, "I'm making this movie in Texas about this guy that wears a leather mask and wears a chainsaw," and you probably would have looked at him like he was insane. But look where that movie happened 50 years ago. We're at the
50 years.
50-year anniversary of
mhm.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. If you could go in a time machine and back Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I bet you would do it. Now, I'm not saying we're going to be Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but dang it, we have a good chance of doing something cool right here in Texas, where the slasher genre was born. That's my pitch.
Mhm.
I hope that you'll come on board with us, guys.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. That was amazing. So yeah, no, that's all the time I have for you guys today. It was a pleasure just kind of chatting with you guys, catching up with you, Lex, about how life has progressed, and then Caught in My Eye. No, I can't wait to check this out. We're definitely us horror fans, we're definitely gonna rally together and get this thing funded for you guys. And sorry, I didn't see so I don't know if you can share what's the final budget that you guys are looking for Caught in My Eye.
Well, that's kind of going to be top secret right now. I'm going to keep that kind of close to the number that I have right now it's kind of something I got to keep quiet right now, but it's very doable. Let's just put it this way: Terrifier 2 range.
Oh,
What they
cool.
had right around with Terrifier 2.
Okay, definitely. All right, guys. Well, it's been a pleasure chatting with you guys, and we'll catch you later.
Thank you.
Bye.
And